Here we're going to talk about absolute values, problems that have multiple operations in absolute values, or maybe even absolute values in absolute values. So first off, absolute value means the distance from zero. So whether you have a negative or positive number, doesn't matter what direction, it's still a positive distance, right? Distance is negative or negative, how far a number is from zero. So if I look at something like when I just have a digit in an absolute value, what's the absolute value of 8 is saying how far is 8 from 0? Well, it's 8 units away. I haven't used this minus, right? It's not in an absolute value. This one's together and this one's together. But then I notice over here, this is absolute value of 11 minus 4. So if I try to ask that all by itself right now, what's the distance of 11 minus 4 from 0? That's not a number, it's a subtraction problem. So they act a little bit like parentheses. I have to do what's inside the absolute value first. I can't ask how far is a problem from 0, but if I do this operation, I can ask how far this number is from 0. So not touching the absolute values yet. What is 11 minus 4? So 11 minus 4 is 7. Now I can say, what's the absolute value of 7? Now that I have a single digit in there, what's the distance from 0 of this? So notice I'm not touching the 8 or the minus. This is just what's the absolute value of 7? The 7 is 7 units from 0. And so now my last operation, 8 minus 7, doesn't have anything to do with absolute values, just gives me 1. So there, that one's simplified down as far as we can get it. So let's try another one. So the absolute value of 8 minus 12 minus the absolute value of 13. So notice this is almost like parentheses in parentheses. So we'll start at the innermost thing. I can take the absolute value of 13. Notice to be able to take this absolute value, I have to actually do this problem. So what is 8 minus 12? So notice first off, I'm not touching most of this other stuff, so I'm just going to copy it down. So what is 8 minus 12? 8 minus 12 is negative 4, right? Because negative 12 is the bigger value there. So 8 take away 12 is negative 4. And then 13 I don't have to do anything with. Now I can take these little absolute values on the inside because now we're talking about just a digit. So how far is negative 4 from 0? So negative 4 is 4 units away from 0. It's in the negative direction, but it doesn't matter. It's just how far is it? What's the distance from 0? Absolute value of 13, how far is 13 from 0? It's 13 units away. Now notice this subtraction isn't in any of these absolute values, it's just between them. So I'm taking this one, I'm taking this one, I'm just copying the subtraction down. So now I just have a single problem in an absolute value, so just like before I have to do this, get an actual number. So 4 minus 13 is negative 9. And so now I can take those last outside absolute values. The absolute value of negative 9, what distance is that number from 0? It's 9 units away.